So that death is at work with us, but life is at work with you. I simply wanted to deliver this message to let you know that what we have seen is an act of injustice. What we have seen is an act of hurt, harm, and danger. What we have seen is literal pain that echoes into the hearts and the minds of all people. It's literal darkness. We see darkness in this video. We see lack of hope. We see lack of love. We see darkness in this video. We see lack of love and respect for one another. We see darkness in this video. And it's no surprise that this darkness has formed into the belly of those who have darkness in their hearts. Therefore, there's a lot that's going to happen after this. They pay attention, my brothers and sisters, the individuals and the people who don't properly assess their heart to find the light in the darkness of day, to get the illusion of clarity, to create the clear thinking and the clear stability of who we are and who you are. If you lack that identity within your heart and don't do that proper assessment, you'll continue to have the narrative in your mind that there's despair, there's danger, there's darkness, and there's fear. And when you start to think of despair, dangers, darkness, and fear, those things create a feeling. And those feelings oftentimes aren't the best feelings in the world. And it impacts your health. It impacts your mental. It impacts your emotional. It impacts your relationships. It impacts your success. It impacts your reaction. It all is dependent upon you slowing down because your soul is crying out, be still and know that I am God. In every situation, be still and know that I am God. And God is saying, look for me in your heart. Look for me in your motives. Look for me in your intent. And once you find and discover me, act. Because one thing you need to know about this guy we call Jesus, we don't just serve him blindly. We don't just serve him knowing that he died on the cross and therefore we don't act or anything. We're not just quiet sheep following a Christ. One thing you need to know about this Jesus is he knows when there's injustice. He knows when to speak with clarity, with a clear mind, with a clear heart. And when he speaks with clarity, with a clear mind and a clear heart, it goes through the echoing of the person's heart and soul. And you can change a man when you get into his heart. You can change a man when you identify his soul. You have that same healing and delivering power as Christ has if your heart is right. And I know it's a struggle. I'm not trying to say that every day our hearts are going to be right. We're going to see darkness outside and inside. But we have to take the time to assess the inside, to get the inside right. And once you get your heart right, trust and believe, your mind will follow. Your actions will follow. Your emotions will follow. Everything will come into line. And I pray that God's provisioning power will be put onto the family of George Floyd. I pray that God's provisioning power will be sent into the city of Minneapolis. I pray that God's provisioning power will be delivered amongst the social media airways, that this energy that we have as a unified front with a clear mind and a clear heart will have the same input of energy as the same negative energy that is inputted as we watch this video, because there's a balance here. There's a balance and there's a clear way of thinking and there's a clear way of doing. And we ought to know that in this time, and knowing that we never lose heart. We always have hope in this dying body, knowing that there's a soul and a God that's going to deliver us. No matter our race, gender, creed, or generation, we have a God that doesn't see who we are, but what we are. We have a God who will deliver us from every situation, from next day to next day to next moment to next moment. We have a God. We have a God that unifies us and brings us, calls us back to humanity, that says, I am that I am. We have a God. And I just wanted to share this message of deliverance, praying and hoping that it penetrates your heart, opens up those spaces so that you have that accessibility, to have vulnerability, to see in your heart and do what you need to do to get it right. Once you get it right, act, my brother, act, my sister, because you have value. You got to stay blessed and create clarity.